I am late, obviously. But I'm here. Finally, I have arrived. Um, I just got out of the shower. So please excuse me for being tardy for the party. Let's make sure that we are live and in color and in sound, because that's always important, right? We need to be live, we need to be in color, and we need to be within hearing distance. So let's make sure of that first of all. Let's put the live chat on. We'll do that. And yes, you guys can hear me. You guys can hear me. That's why I wear the headphones these days, because it allows me to know whether you guys can hear me or not. And I am a bit low. I am a bit low. Is that better? Let's see if that's better. Not really. That's not really better, but it is what it is tonight. It's gonna be what it's gonna be. Here we are, we're live, we're in color, we have sound. Hey DJ, welcome DJ, thank you for enabling. We're gonna pin that, and we're gonna put some lip balm on. I need to always put lip balm on after a shower. I gotta get a good DSL going. Oh my God. That's too much. That's too much DSing. That's too much DSing. Okay. We'll just put the rest in between those, because that gets really ashy. How are we doing tonight, y'all? How are we doing tonight? What is going on? Um, it is second. Okay, sound is good. It's a little quieter. Sorry, I'll try to talk loud. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Hey, David Pertilla Davila, how are you? I'm great. Hey, Philippines. Hey, Oscar. Condolences to anime gamers. Philippines, what's going on? I'm just live. I just got out of the shower and did my skincare routine. Now I'm here. How are you guys though? What's happening with y'all? What's happening? It's Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. What's with the title? Well, let's get into it. You want to talk about the title? Let's talk about the title right now. No warm up. Let's get right into it. Um, and it's so funny because I have a little bit of personal connection to the court case. So basically, there was a court case a long time ago. I think I can never pronounce the guy's name, but Obergefell. There's the Obergefell case here in the U.S. where and it's from Ohio too. By the way, I think this is from Ohio. A gay couple from out of state wanted to transfer one of their gay marriage, to be recognized in the state of Ohio. And some Karen was like, no, it's a government worker, by the way, was like, no, I'm not going to do this for you because it's against my religion. Now, the bitch found out the hard way that when you're the employee of the government, you're an employee of the government, you must abide by their rules. So she ended up suing this gay couple, and they wouldn't. I don't know. They sued her, whatever. Long story short, a burger for all, the gays won, and a lot of people say that that case, that lawsuit, is what determined for the foreseeable future that gay rights, in terms of gay marriage, would exist. Um, and so this woman, this crazy woman who's like so homophobic and so crazy, she has been still fighting this case in the courts. And quite frankly, I think she's still fighting the case because she owes all this money to lawyers' fees. Because not only did she lose her lawsuit, but the bitch had to pay for everybody else's lawyers. It's like, you dragged us here for this frivolous fucking lawsuit, and now you need to pay for the frivolous shit that you got us involved in. So I think that's why she's been trying to, appeal the decisions from the lower courts, and she's been trying to appeal to the Supreme Court, get the Supreme Court to see the case. And Democrats lost their shit. They've been losing their shit. They've been talking about, see, this is what we said with Project 2025. Project 2025. They're taking away gay marriage. They set it up this way. They set it up this way. This is the setup that Todd set up, the scheme that Todd set up. They set this shit up. The gays are going to lose their rights. The right-wing Supreme Court that Trump appointed, mind you, Trump is very pro-gay. In fact, Trump is the first U.S. president to become president and already be for gay marriage. The first president, by the way. And so Trump's Supreme Court said, we're not going to see this fucking case. It's already been ruled on multiple times, and we agree with, basically, by not even looking at the case, they're saying that they agree with how it's been ruled on by the lower courts. So effectively, what Trump's Supreme Court has done is it has defended gay marriage. Now, I know for those on the left, this might be a surprise or a shock because you are under the impression that Trump is anti-gay, that he hates the gays, he hates the gays, he hates the gays. Trump is the gayest, biggest drama queen, drag queen I know. Of course he loves the gays. He marries gays at his home, at Mar-a-Lago. He marries the gays, the homos, in his fucking backyard. So of course, now Democrats can't really use this as something to beat the gays over the head with, because once again, Trump is proving how pro-gay he is by having a Supreme Court that kind of follows his ideological thinking when it comes to gay marriage, by defending gay marriage and not seeing a case again that's trying to threaten gay marriage. Now, there are some conservatives, a lot of conservatives that are very upset about this. Be mad, bitch. Be mad, right? Y'all are the ones that want government to be all involved in marriage. Y'all are the ones that decided you want the government to be involved in your personal affairs. So here we are. Here we are. So, I just thought that's really fun. I just want to rub it in liberals' faces. I just want to run it in their face. That the Supreme Court, this is the most based Supreme Court we've had in our lifetime. Like, this is the most based Supreme Court. I can't really think of the case they've gotten wrong. I'm sure they've gotten some things wrong, but not many. They haven't missed the mark quite yet. Even when they've ruled against Trump, they got it right, right? And I know that MAGA, I know that Trump wants them to, they want the Supreme Court to just lick their asshole all the time and rubber stamp everything that comes before them. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. It's not how it works. So the Supreme Court has really gotten it right a lot. They've gotten it right a lot. And so it's also a Supreme Court that tends to coalesce around a lot of agreements. What you don't really see, typically you see a lot of ideological clashes, and that still exists on the Supreme Court. But more often than not, they come to some sort of agreement. Um, I thought he was eating something. I was about to get in his ass. I thought he was eating something. Um, but um, but yeah, I just want to rub it in the Dems' face that this Supreme Court defends gay marriage. Trump's Republican Supreme Court defends gay marriage. I just want to say that so many times to get it through their thick skulls that not everything's about identity politics. Not everyone is like, voting based off of those things. And that the Democrat Party is not the only party that protects people's identities. It's just so, I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted. I'm exhausted by it all. Why are you so pretty? Well, I don't know, Dervish. I washed my face. Thank you, Dervish. MAGA, and we know Trump doesn't hate gays. Well, we know that, salad slaps. They just want everyone divided. MAGA doesn't care about gay marriage. We want the third world scabs to be deported. We want to stop paying for the world's health care. I agree. I agree. I agree. Full 100% agree with that, salad slaps. 100% agree with that. Hey, Green Tea, what's going on? Hey, hey. How are you tonight? I'm subscribing. Nice to hear a fresh perspective. Oh, of course, Salad Slaps. We believe in freedom of speech. So I know we agree about this one particular issue, which is fucking easy to agree with. But we do implore people to bring different perspectives here. I identify as somewhat of a conservative leaning libertarian, whatever that means. So there will be some issues that we agree with. There will be some issues we don't agree with, but that's okay because we welcome all opinions and discussions because we need more conversations, not less. I won't lie. There was so much fear mongering, and I was worried a little bit. I can't lie. It's effective, David. I don't blame you about the fear mongering. I don't blame you. The thing is that Democrats and liberal thinking have co-opted all of our industries. They've co-opted the media. They've co-opted social media. I mean, when I say media, I mean like mainstream media. They've co-opted that. They've co-opted social media. They've co-opted television. They've co-opted entertainment. They've co-opted education. They've co-opted all of these very big spheres in American life. And so it's easy to push narratives and to fearmonger and to infect people with irrational fears, right? There was actually zero indication that the Supreme Court was even going to hear this case because she had been denied by so many other courts, right? She had lost so much that why would the Supreme Court hear her case? It didn't make sense. But that didn't stop liberal media from fear mongering anyway. Didn't stop them. It didn't stop them. So, fuck them. So, again, make sure, David, that if you see someone talking, well, they're not going to talk about it. They're not going to talk. In fact, the only people reporting about it are conservative media because Democrats don't want to report that the Supreme Court, the Republican-led Supreme Court, ruled in favor of gay marriage. They don't want to report that. They don't want to report that. But I want you to go out and tell someone, David, you go tell one person that it was Trump's Supreme Court that kept gay marriage intact for Americans everywhere. Tuh. I like the light color. It looks good on you. Well, you know what? The issue tonight, I'm not wearing my robe because it's dirty. I know that you all think that I wear a dirty robe all the time, the same robe, but I actually wash my robe. Believe it or not, I wash my robe. So the robe is being washed. Well, it's actually in the dirty bin right here. But I will be washing my robe so that it's clean. So tonight, I gotta have clothes on. I gotta have clothing on. It drove me crazy. The fear mongering is a lot. I couldn't stay on social media because I just couldn't take it, especially with how my life is right now. I get it, David. I totally get it. I'm so sorry that you let it get to you, but at the same time, you did the right thing by disconnecting from social media. A lot of y'all need to disconnect from social media. A lot of y'all need to disconnect from social media and take a break. I think breaks are necessary because there are so many things that is working against you, and you have to understand that when it comes to social media or even the mainstream media, how do they get clicks? They get clicks off of your emotions. What are your emotions? Sadness, fear, happiness, etc., etc. And so they have to arouse those emotions in order for you to click, send, share, comment. They got to do all that shit, right? And so sometimes you've got to um, unconnect yourself, disconnect yourself from social media and from that fear mongering and from all these different narratives and propaganda that they're trying to shove down your throat. So you won't like this. Our workplace tried to force the religious to be allies to gays. They simply can't be. This resulted in the abuse of the religious. We won't add pronouns to our bio. See? Well, see, here's the issue, Salad Slaps. And I've talked about this before in terms of the LGBTQI plus exclamation mark HDTV 2S Wi-Fi strong password community. Here's the issue. We don't want to just be accepted. We want to be celebrated. I'll say it again. It's not enough for my community to be accepted. We've got to also be celebrated. And that's where the problem comes in, because there's no reason why you should be forcing everyone to put fucking pronouns in their fucking bio, right? No one gives a fuck that you like sucking dick, okay? But I don't need to celebrate the fact that you like to suck dick, right? And I think that's where the LGBTQI plus exclamation mark 2S HDTV 2S, because I can't forget the fucking 2S, the two spirits out there, can't fucking forget them. You can't, like, they can't just be accepted. And it's not enough for them. And I think it's because there's a big strain of narcissism. There's a large strain of narcissism that's running through the activist part of the LGBT community. And that's why we're seeing so much pushback against that community, because they're activists, they're narcissistic, they don't want to just be accepted in the terms of law, they want to be celebrated by society. No one needs to celebrate that you fucking suck dick. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. That's not deserving of celebration. No one needs to celebrate the fact that I'm black. That's not worthy of celebration. It's about the things that you accomplish, the value that you bring, the energy that you bring, the productivity that you cause around yourself. That's what's worthy of celebration. These identity politics is toxic, it's divisive, and it doesn't take us anywhere, right? It doesn't produce anything but discord. So Salad Slaps, I totally know what you're talking about, and I understand why people are upset about it. And I don't think it has anything to do with I'm not overtly religious, but I'm also not going to be putting fucking pronouns in my fucking bio. Because that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. So I know exactly what you're talking about, Salad Slaps. Don't let that robe sit in the dryer. You'll never get down there to get it out. Listen, it's right over there. I'm not gonna put my clothes in the washer until after the stream, because if I put them in right now, I'm gonna be running my fucking mouth. I'm gonna forget. They're gonna be mildewy. I can't handle that tonight. Economy sucks. This would have never happened if Trump was president. Hey, Mark. I don't know what you're talking about. Newsflash, Trump is the reason why we got into the inflation in the first place from his first term. What are you talking about? Remember all the All of the COVID spending he did. Remember all the Trump checks he sent out? He got inflation started. What are you talking about? Nah, he didn't expedite. I mean, Biden took what Trump started with his overzealous spending and took it to the moon. Now he did do that, but let's not pretend like Trump is some economic god. He's not. Far from it. Having grown up without social media for many years, I can definitely see how social media affects people. Stepping away from social media is healthy, something lots of people need to do more nowadays. You know what? I'm not trying to relitigate an issue I had recently in my Discord community. Join the Discord channel, by the way, guys. It's pinned in the comment below if you're on mobile, above if you're on PC. Copy and paste that link into your web browser and then join the Discord channel. We're a fun group of people. We're very supportive of one another, and it's just a really fun group. But anyway, I just want to say that I think that a lot of people they would be served well from taking a bit of a social media break. Social media gets people very amped up. They get them very emotional. They lash out. They get tunnel vision. I just think it's not very healthy for a lot of people. Hey Maya, hey Shark Zoo. I hope Trump goes to prison. I'm sure he'll be going to prison after his presidency. After he's done, he'll be carted right off to jail. As soon as Democrats win the White House next time, which they undoubtedly will, as soon as they win, he'll be going off to jail. Don't worry, he'll be the first president to be in jail, incarcerated. As a liberal, they can be annoying at times. Americans need to understand you can be equal, but you can't be dominant. You're a breath of fresh air, man. Oh, well, thank you. Hey, Luke, what's going on? Hey, darling, how are you? He was tricked by the NWO with that COVID psyop. I mean, true, but I'm not going to. Listen, I believe in radical accountability. I believe in radical. Listen, I believe in radical accountability. You're the fucking president. You could have fired Dr. Fauci many, 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 many times. You didn't because you're a narcissist animal. Okay? You were so busy trying to rush that jab. You were trying to, what is it called? What did Trump call it? Operation Time Warp. You know, let me get this jab to the people real quick. That's a fucking piece of shit. Okay? To be so proud of that, you know, it's cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. So don't get me started. Listen, I'm not going to say, listen, let me tell you right now, Sally, about my voting history. I have never voted for Trump until this recent election. Before, I thought I was a never Trumper. I thought I was a never Trumper before. I did, honestly. I usually vote third party, libertarians, typically. And I did not like what I saw. But after he was president, I was like, okay, you know what? Okay, fine. Other than the COVID stuff, the spending, I was like, okay, he's better than the Democrats. And then when I saw what Kamala was doing, when I saw what that cunt was doing, and how just the whole thing with Biden's presidency, and what happened with COVID under him, under his watch, was so triggering and such a, it was such a turning point for me, you know. And that's when I decided to vote for Trump for the first time. And I was like, I don't regret my vote at all. But I still think he's a lying piece of shit and a scammer, a con artist. That's how he's made his millions, right? He's filed bankruptcy so many times. Only the rich and wealthy can file bankruptcy and still become billionaires afterwards. Don't get me started. Also, he's either a pedophile or he protects pedophiles. Don't get me started on Trump tonight. Don't get me started on him tonight. Do not get me started on him tonight. Because all the fucking things that people, listen, Trump won not because of MAGA. Trump won because of independence, okay? He won because of Doge. He won because of libertarians, okay? And all the fucking things that he campaigned on that got that group of people to vote on his side, he's done a complete 180. He's done a complete 180. He's protecting pedophiles, or he's a pedophile himself. It's one or the other. It's one. Pick your poison. He's either protecting pedophiles with the Jeffrey Epstein files, or he's a pedophile himself and he's in the files. Doge, he completely neutered Doge. Completely neutered Doge. Why would he do that? Because he's part of the industrial war complex. We have found that out through the Israel situation. He sucks Israel's dick constantly. Okay? We said no more wars. What has he been doing? The entire time, right? The big, beautiful bullshit is quite literally no different than an ominous spending bill that Biden would put out. There's no difference. You're still putting us into trillions of debt that your grandchildren's grandchildren are going to suffer because of. So I don't want to hear shit. I don't want to hear shit about you MAGA Trumpsters still sucking his cock, okay? I don't regret my vote. We'll vote for him again. But stop. Don't piss me off, okay? It could be worse. It could be worse. It definitely could be worse with Kamala. I stand by that. It could be much worse, much more worse. But everything's not peachy keen. He needs to keep those fucking immigrants, illegal immigrants, getting the fuck out of here. Okay? He needs to be worrying less about what's going on the international scale, and keep his attention on the domestic scale. Okay? He needs to focus on Americans and be America first, like he so-called proclaims. Him trying to primary Massey is a fucking joke. I've done the research. Every time Trump tries to primary Massey, because this is not the first time. Every time, this is so funny. Every time Trump tries to primary Massey, what happens? Can anybody in the class tell me what happens? Massey wins even bigger. He wins big. So I tweeted at Tom. I said, you know what, Thomas? You should be thankful that Trump is coming up against you, because every time Trump comes up against you, you win big. So consider it a blessing. Anyway, let me stop. You know, got me ranting about Trump. I didn't want to rant about him tonight. Hey, Altus, what's going on? I am well, Cho. Hope the same for you. I'm having a great day. It's Wednesday. It's been a long week. I had a really big catering project tonight that went very well. It was very successful. Yeah, I'll just say that. I had a really big catering to take care of tonight, and it was very successful. I was undermanned. I was undermanned, understaffed, but still pulled that shit off like a boss. Warp speed, that jab is poison. I know. Biden scared the shit out of me. I mean, listen, salad slaps. I'll be honest with you. I feel like I was radicalized during the Biden administration. The COVID lockdowns were just. It really harmed me emotionally and mentally. It really, really fucked me up that people could be so evil to our children. Like pouring cement and sand into playgrounds, trying to force children that didn't need that, there was no risk, trying to force them to take jabs, all to line the pockets of Big Pharma. It was just like for me, it was a mask off moment. And I've been a registered Republican since I was 18. So like I've never been a Democrat voter, period. But that was really the moment where I was like, whoa, this is actually crazy. And I felt like no one else was seeing what I was seeing. Because when Biden was in office, you could be demonetized, you could be ostracized by your society, by family, friends, for questioning things that didn't make any fucking sense. Like, why are we wearing a mask? Like, for example, why am I wearing a mask for the waiter to walk me to my seat and then taking the mask off to eat my dinner in a crowded restaurant? How is that impacting anyone's health? Simple questions like that made me a conspiracy theorist. Like that made me a that made me a conspiracy theorist because I don't get how that makes any logical. I'm not a scientist, right? Because you know you have to be a biologist to acknowledge what a woman is. I'm not a scientist, so maybe I'm the wrong person to be asking questions, but none of it made sense, right? And then to be ostracized by society because I had legitimate questions, and then for these questions and these conspiracies to be legitimized, legitimate. I can't speak English. For these conspiracies to be found out as true years later, like, duh, I fucking knew. I fucking knew it. But there's no apology. There's no apology. There's no like, oh, Cho, sorry. Sorry that I called you a conspiracy theorist. Oh, sorry that I like tried to get you fired from your job. Oh, sorry, I shouldn't have done that. Like, we don't get apologies for shit like that, right? And then on top of that, because I was also radicalized by the BLM protests because that was psycho, y'all. As a black person, the devastation to black people from BLM is there's no toll for it. Seeing black people being manipulated by this nonprofit organization, having their hard-earned money taken from them, manipulated out of them, and then convincing them to burn down our own cities. I've always lived in cities, right? I'm from the hood, okay? To see that we were burning down our cities and harming our local businesses, it was just too much. The Biden years was too much for me. It's too much for me. Legitimize. What have I been trying to legitimize? Legitimized. Legitimized is a new word. Word of the week. Legitimized. Not legitimized. Legitimized. But no, I just want to say I'm sorry for the rant salad slap. Sorry, I do this sometimes. Don't trigger me. I'll get off on a tangent. But I was really radicalized by the Biden administration. I had a very personal situation happen to me and a family member related to COVID where I was able to save her life. And I just know that so many other people died alone in the hospitals. And that makes me very sad. That makes me very sad that that had to happen just to line the pockets of Big Pharma. And the neighbors that ostracized you, they never apologize. Oh, get over it, is what they'll say. Get over it. That was 4 years ago. I'll never get over. I'll never get over it. I'll never get over what happened those 4 years during Biden's administration. I'll never get over it. It's pure, unadulterated evil. Stop sucking Israel's dick, please. That's what I need them to do. I just need them to do that. We've really got listen, who was that fat fuck? What's his name? That Democrat, Fetterman? What's his name? The disabled one? Oh my God. He had the fucking nerve, a congressman, an American congressman, talking about how devoted he is to Israel. He's no different than that broad who married her brother from Somalia. What's that person called? They ought to deport her ass too. And David Fetterman. Is that his name? David Fetterman? Deport both of them. Send his ass to Israel. And send her ass to Somalia. I just cannot understand that we have American politicians who are devoted to other countries. You got one person talking about how he's so devoted to Israel that he doesn't know if he can be a Democrat anymore because he's so devoted to Israel. I mean, what? Listen, I have been talking about how I've been struggling financially a bit this year. Maybe I ought to just start spouting off shit for Zionism and get my $7,000 check. Maybe that's what I ought to do. I don't know. I'll think about it. So if I start talking about how much I love Israel, and once, listen, if you see me kiss that wall, then you know it's done. Then you know I'm getting the check. The check has been deposited. If you see a picture of me kissing the wall, then you know the check cleared. The check cleared, okay? And then who was that cunt? The Somalian girl. She was in the press conference the other day talking about we have to do more for the people of Somalia. What? For Somalians? What are you talking about? Somalians? What are you talking about? We're Americans. You are a congressman in America. I just don't, I just, I don't, let me calm down. I just don't get it. I just want our congressmen, and I don't think this is too much to ask for. I just want our congressmen to serve the American people. I don't want them serving Israel. I don't want them serving fucking Somalia, shithole Somalia. I want them to serve America. And I don't think that's controversial. I don't think that's a controversial. I have some controversial opinions. I do. I do. I'm not afraid to admit I have some controversial opinions that you guys hear me talk about. I don't think that is one of them. I have to be, let's be fair to me, be fair to Cho. I don't think that that's a controversial opinion that we shouldn't have immigrants as congressmen. I don't think that congressmen should be devoted to other nations and be saying that they're devoted to other nations. I don't think they should be saying things like that. They should be, I mean, you should be put into jail. That's a form of treason. As a congressman saying that you're devoted to another country, you ought to go to jail. Quite frankly, you ought to go to jail. That's treason. Don't get me fucking started. See, y'all done got me pissed off tonight. I'm trying to have a good night tonight. What's going on? Let's talk about some gay shit. I mean, or something silly. I don't know. Hey, Kira, what's going on? Will it ever be peachy keen no matter who's in office? Good evening, Cho. And well, no, you're right. No, you're right. You're right. Because we are in this binary where we refuse. It's like, it's like, it's like a march. Left, right, left, right, left, right. And who's being marched and stomped all over? The American people. People don't vote their interests. They vote based off of party lines, and that's why we are in the position that we are in. Because the Uniparty loves it. They love it when people hate the left and they love the right. They love it when people love or hate the right and love the left. We'll never get out of the Uniparty if people don't start voting their interests, in their own self-interest. And to be quite frank, the way people should be voting, vote in your self-interest. Don't vote based on who you think is going to win or who you want to win. Just vote in your best interest. See that? But see, the fear mongering is what gets you. The fear mongering is what gets you because you don't want to vote in your actual best interest. You want to vote for the person you think you think that you're going to influence the vote, right? If the Democrat doesn't win, you're influencing the vote, right? But it's a uniparty. They're the same party, right? It's ridiculous. Omar, oh my God, oh that cunt, I just can't take her. Hi Kira, what's going on, Kira? Welcome back. I'm Maga. It's okay, I'll turn it down. No, I'm poking at you, Sally. I want you to speak freely. You can speak freely here. I'm just being facetious. Do you think moral goodness comes from an action's intentions or consequences? Both. Both. Um, because sometimes your intentions are dumb as fuck. Ben, welcome to the chat tonight, by the way, Ben. Thank you for being here. Um, is that related to the COVID situation? Because I do think that it's a moral failure to be dumb. I do. I do. Maybe that's a different conversation. That's a different conversation, perhaps. But I think that trying to cancel people, trying to um, limit freedom of speech, trying to limit conversations, limit questions, legitimate questions of our government, I don't think that's well intentioned. I don't think that's well intentioned at all. I believe in freedom of speech. And if you're trying to limit someone's freedom of speech because of your good intentions, then fuck you. Fuck you. That's not good intentions to me. None of that was good intentions to me, right? Because I want to go in Tootsie Roll down in Florida with the girls. I want to go Tootsie Roll down in Florida. You want me to get a jab? You want to force people to, I believe in bodily autonomy too. See, here's the thing too that I don't get, Ben. Where was all the bodily autonomy folks? Where were those girls? Because when I say I'm for bodily autonomy, I actually mean it across the board. I mean it in terms of being anti-vax. I mean it in terms of abortion. I mean it in terms of whatever. I believe bodily autonomy for all adults across the board. Left issue, right issue. My principles don't actually change. And that's what I hate so much about the right and the left, is that you guys' principles, they change. All of a sudden, the people who has been screaming about women's bodies, bodily choice, all of a sudden you don't believe in bodily choices anymore. If the fucking jab works so damn well, then why the fuck do I have to take it? As long as your dumbass takes it, then why are you worried about me and my body? So the good intentions can kiss my ass. Because if you were eating the slop with both hands about how the jab works, if you were eating the slop, okay, then according to the slop, they said that once you got the jab, you wouldn't get COVID again. That it stopped transmission. And if you want to debate that, I had a video already lined up, because I have videos about COVID lined up that I can send you of people saying exactly that. The CDC director said that. So before anybody talks about, they didn't say that, no one said that, no one believed that, you're lying. Either you're lying or you have convenient amnesia, or you're just dumb, which again is a moral failure. It's one of the three. Pick one, pick your poison. But again, if you were eating the slop with both hands, then you will recall that the jab was supposed to stop transmission, right? If it's supposed to stop transmission, then why the fuck do you care about me getting the jab or not? As long as your dumbass gets it, then you won't get COVID anymore, right? And you won't be able to transmit it anymore, right? This is what it means to have bodily autonomy and have choices. But the left doesn't actually believe in bodily autonomy. They don't actually believe in that. They don't actually believe in that. Sure you do. I don't understand why politicians focus so much on other issues that aren't USA related. I'm like, what the fuck are you? Well, I can tell. I can tell you why, girl. I can tell you why, David. Because of money, 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 money. That's why they focus on Israel or Somalia or Ukraine, or pick a country. That Argentina. That's why they focus on other countries. Money. Did you see Alien Earth? No, I didn't see Alien Earth. Both Democrats and Republicans have a lake of morals, but if you want bigger government, you vote Democrat. Smaller government. That's not true. That is not true. That's not true. I don't belong here. That is not true. Republicans do not make government smaller. They don't make government smaller. Where do you get that from? When have they made government smaller? Name a time they've made government smaller. Where's the small government? Where is the small government? Republicans just we're just now getting ready to pass the biggest spending bill of our lifetime. Of our lifetime. Let me repeat. The Republicans are going to pass the biggest spending bill, the government spending bill of our lifetime. There's no bill bigger than this one. There's not one bigger than this one. So what are you talking about? Republicans like smaller government. No, they don't. What are you talking about? So y'all got to stop parroting these lies. Y'all have got to stop parroting these lies because it's just so verifiably untrue. You've got to stop parroting those lies. You've got to wake it up. Wake it up. But welcome to the chat. I don't belong here. Welcome to the chat. Let's talk about classless people inviting themselves to your home for Thanksgiving. Oh, excuse me? Who did that? Now, you know what? That's very déclassé. Inviting themselves to your home for Thanksgiving? Who would ever do such a thing? Difference between COVID and abortion is that not getting an abortion doesn't put anyone else at risk of having a miscarriage. Wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. If you are doing what the fuck you need to be doing as an individual, you won't be killed by COVID. Okay? And I repeat, Ben, your COVID vaccine protects you from COVID, from dying from COVID. Correct me if I'm wrong. If you've got all 18 fucking jabs, then you ought to be good. Right? So you wanting to impose your beliefs about your health care and what health decisions other people should be making because you aren't taking care of your shit is not someone else's problem. It's not. I'm sorry. It's not. I'm sorry. Lose a little bit of weight. Let's go there. You want me to go there? Let's go there. Lose a little bit of weight. Be a little bit more active. You know, take your COVID shots, if that's what you believe in. Take your COVID shots and you'll be fine. And you'll be fine. But don't come over here talking about, well, you not taking the COVID vaccine is killing me. Here is the tea. Here's the tea that people don't want to admit because it doesn't line up with the narrative. And this goes against both Republicans and Democrats, by the way. When everything was said and done with COVID, and you looked at the policies of Florida, Texas, California, and New York, when you compared what happened to those states in terms of transmission rates and deaths, there was no fucking difference. Now, what does that tell you? What does that tell you? Let's sit with that information for a second. What does that tell you? What that tells you is it didn't matter what policies were made from one right extreme to the left right extreme. It didn't fucking matter. Whether you put masks on, whether you locked bitches down for weeks on end, it didn't matter. People still died at the same rate. People still transmitted COVID at the same rate. So, in my opinion, in my honest opinion, I would have preferred that we go with the right on that issue because it was more free, it was less devastating to our children's social skills, it was less devastating to our society emotionally. People divorced like crazy because they had to live with each other for once in a lifetime. I mean, there was so much devastation from the COVID lockdown that we're still seeing today. And so, what I want to say is, again, you have both extremes: far left lockdowns, far right we're partying, right? Like nothing's happening. There was no fucking difference. There was no fucking difference. Anyway. But the moral goodness thing was a general question. I mean, it depends on context. I mean, good intentions, if not paired with critical thinking, can lead to devastation. No, it can lead to devastation. And not just COVID, but there's many examples you can come up with where someone thinks they're doing something with the good intentions, but they cause a shitstorm because they didn't use their fucking brain. So I don't think that good intentions is the end all be all when it comes to a moral compass. I don't. I don't believe that to be the case. I think that your rationality is where some moral goodness comes from. I'm not like a utilitarian where I believe that everyone should just be super selfish and self-interested to the extreme and that's how you get a moral good. Like I'm not a utilitarian, but I do think that some of that philosophy is applicable to morality. I really do. I do think that I think Adam's invisible hand is a pretty strong case when not taken to the extreme. Do you know what I mean? But that's just how I feel. My body, my choice regarding abortion, a choice to actually simply factually kill for another human. Do it or you are a killer. About a new and possibly dangerous vaccine that mostly only affects you. T. Now that's the T, right? Now that's the T. That's the T. Normalize killing a potential baby, a child, versus all of a sudden because you're not taking the vaccine, you're a killer. Backwards. Completely backwards. Completely backwards. Completely backwards. Pure blood, I'm not taking any experimental shot they made to do testing. I know that's right. You got that good semen. I know that. I mean, you can bottle that up at this point. You can bottle that up, salad slabs, and sell it. I'm telling you. Oh, hi, Leah Bobia. How are you? Alien Earth started out pretty cool. Is that a movie? Conservatives do tend to lean towards smaller government and less government involvement. Things like these social programs are great. But also, let's be honest, Joe, our economy is fucked. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Is the small government, remember this? Listen, I'd love to see the small government because the spending doesn't say so. The spending doesn't match the smaller government part. You can't have smaller government when you release $1 trillion, $1 billion bills like the big beautiful bill. It's just not compatible. You can't have the government spending that much money on programs and say that you're also for smaller government. That's not congruent. That's not reality. The 1 + 1 does not equal 2 there. Like you can't be spending the amount of money because what is government spending money on? Programs, initiatives, government intervention. So you got to watch the spending. It's not always the programs, but the spending is what you have to watch, which is where a lot of my libertarianism comes from. It's common sense, rational thinking. Nobody else could have magically fixed it with half the budget. We're going to be uncomfortable for a bit. Suffer to strengthen. Well, I think that's a good point, Leah. Let me read that again. No, let me read that again. We are going to be uncomfortable for a bit. Suffer to strengthen. And I want to talk, let me highlight this. Because I do want to touch, I want to expand on what Leah just said there. Because it's important. And we saw this with let's not go back into the EBT SNAP benefit discussion because I'm already being dragged on YouTube because of my opinion. I'm already being dragged about that. I don't want to touch too much on that, but I want to use it as a case study. When you have been giving individuals entitlements for so long, when you've been giving them free shit for so long, it does something to the psyche. And what it does is it builds entitlement. When daddy government gives individuals free shit for a long time, it builds entitlement. And what happens when you give a toddler a toy and they've been playing with the toy all afternoon? Playtime been fucking over. Playtime was over hours ago. but you still let them play with this toy. And you say, okay, Johnny, playtime's been over. You've had the toy for now for a lot of hours, okay? I was very generous with you with your time allotment, but I gotta take that toy away now. Well, what is Johnny gonna do? What is little Johnny gonna do? Put it in the comment section. What is little Johnny gonna do when you take his toy away? He's going to throw a temper tantrum. He is going to cry. He is going to throw stuff at you. He might try to stab you with his colored pencils. He's going to be mad. He's going to be uncomfortable, right? He's going to have an adjustment period now because he realizes, well, my God, I had this toy for a long time. I got used to it. This is my toy. Why are you taking my toy away? You're taking my toy away. Meanwhile, the little shit, he ain't bought the fucking toy. The parent bought the toy. Right? That toy, the cost of that toy came out of the household's income. Right? But now the toddler's like, but that's my toy. And now you're trampling on my rights to have my toys. So, suffer to strengthen is what Leah Bobia said. And I think we have to rip the Band-Aid off when it comes to some of these entitlements, these really bloated government entitlements. We've got to do a lot of reworking, right? And this is where Doge could have been really important. But Trump is a traitor. Trump is a traitor. He's a traitor, right? He gutted Doge. He neutered Doge. This is where Doge could have done a lot of work. Yes, you know, Doge was taking a chainsaw and they were slashing shit, and it's painful. It's painful to do that. It's painful. But again, we've got to suffer to strengthen. And I wanted to zero in on that comment specifically, Leah. Thank you for triggering that in me, because I really wanted to express that in that way. I think we have to really evaluate how much money we're spending on some of these entitlement programs. And I think SNAP was a very critical moment in our society, because when I did all that research, and by the way, I'm working on that video from my live stream about the SNAP benefits, uncovering all the data I did about EBT programs was shocking to me. Very shocking to me. And I think that when things are turned off and you start to have inquiring minds investigating the shit, I think we can then use our critical thinking skills to improve these programs and to save money and to increase prosperity and liberty for all Americans, right? While still providing safety nets for our most vulnerable Americans. Okay, let's keep reading. I've been ranting too long. It's active for 2 months, but the libs wanted $1.5 trillion for illegals healthcare. The third world scab labor needs healthcare, right? You said it. Say the N-word. I say the N-word very rarely, but you can say it if you want to. I don't mind you saying it. I just don't want to get in trouble on YouTube. I'm trying to make money. Listen, y'all. By the way, I want to thank everyone. Shout out to everyone that has been commenting, engaging, liking, and sharing my content this month during the month of November. I'm really trying to do a blitzkrieg of content creation and output. I'm trying to really ramp up my output. And it's really, really encouraging to see you guys commenting on my shorts, commenting on my highlights from these live streams. It's just very, very encouraging. So I just want to shout out everyone that has taken the time to leave a comment, even a nasty comment, even that motherfucking cunt who's mad at me about the SNAP benefit rant I went on. Even y'all, I appreciate. Listen, if you want to hate on me, go hate on my videos, please. Go hate, dislike them, dislike the video. please just engage with the content. So I'm really putting forth a concerted effort this month. So I really, really want to say and emphasize my appreciation for everyone spending their time engaging with my content. Okay, thank you. Go to the BLM rally at the height of COVID. It was a mess. Herd immunity versus herd fetal mortality. Ben, you're being super disingenuous again. And there's no comparison. I must say it, please stop clapping your syllables. That part and also herd immunity requires a majority, not an entirety. Hi, MOP. I just got here and I already need a fucking smoke. I know, right? Wait, mine was further down. I'll check my statement. Oh, I'm kind of far behind. Do good. I'm watching. Legitimize made it. Normalize valuing life again, not just when it's convenient to your narrative. Like, oh my God, the Rona. I'm over it. The reason we have to subsidize all this bullshit in the first place is because why? The devilish Democrats implementing shit that was always terrible. Is there a delay on our comments? I see things pop long before you see it. It seems because I'm just slow to respond. Salad. So the thing with my community, and let me put I'll put it on now. Wait a minute. Okay. So the thing about my community is because I appreciate everyone spending their time engaging with me, I try to read every comment. I'm not some motherfucker who has 100,000 subscribers. I don't got 100 people in here. You guys are really taking your time that you won't get back to invest in me in this conversation by listening to me. So I want to do the bare minimum to respect you by at least reading all the comments. So sometimes I will get into a rant and then get far behind on chat. I usually try to highlight. I look at my comments over here. I highlight where I left off before going on a rant, and then I try to go back up. I scan comments. So sometimes I do get really far behind salad slaps. So I'm sorry about that, but it is out of respect, not because I'm trying to ignore you. Okay? Uneducated. Uneducated fool. That's me you're talking about? Welcome to the chat, Texas. It always gets worse before it gets better. Not fun, but we'll be all right in a bit. Gotta have faith. True. When I got SNAP, it was only $20 a week. Saved my life along with food banks. That's awesome, liberal Christian. I'm happy that it served you well, and I'm happy that it provided something of value to you. There are lots of people who need SNAP benefits. I've never said otherwise, but through my data that I discovered, and again, I've worked around food insecurity, and I've worked in food pantries. I volunteer at a soup kitchen. Like I've done this for the last 15 years of my life. So I am very familiar with this work. But I was not familiar at all with the SNAP benefits until I saw people threatening to steal from other people. When I saw people being really entitled to SNAP benefits in a really nasty way, and I thought to myself, well, damn, Cho, what is going on? People are gonna starve without SNAP, and like, but people are being really nasty and mean about it too. I just didn't get it. And so I started to do some research about SNAP benefits and about the populations that use SNAP benefits versus the populations that don't use SNAP benefits. And the information that I found was alarming. It was very alarming, and it made me not sympathize with EBT users as much as I did before I found out the data that I did. And I'm gonna give you one piece because again, after tonight's stream, I will be working on the highlight video where I show a lot of that data. You can go watch that live stream. It was a live stream like a couple weeks ago or last week, I think, where I did that live stream. I like show a lot of data, whatever. But I will share a piece of information that really, like something that changed my mind that I didn't. So I've always believed, I've always believed that I've always believed that poor people struggle to buy healthy food because healthy food is more expensive. Specifically, with regards to EBT users, I thought, and I'm just being honest, I'm wrong too sometimes. And I want everyone to use this as a teachable moment because I have held a belief that was wrong for a long time. I thought that the reason why people on EBT, bought nasty food is because it was just a lot cheaper. I found data, I think it's from like 2020 to 2024, I forget the time span, but I found that EBT users actually spend more money on groceries. They spend more money on groceries than non-EBT users. I'll repeat, EBT users actually spend more money on groceries on average than non-EBT users. Now, the next data point that I found out in relation to that one, I like the fingers, is that EBT users tend to buy more horrible foods, unhealthy foods. Like the percentage, listen, because here it is. Here it is, right? Here's the data right here. On average, 9.25% of the expenditures for an EBT household is on pop, sweetened beverages, compared to non-EBT households only spending 7%, 7.1% of their grocery spending expenditures on pop. Again, there were so many other data points on here that was so fucking alarming to me. Only 0.58%, so not even a percentage of expenditures goes towards rice or beans. And we're talking about, and this is why, and so again, I held these beliefs that were wrong for so long. I don't think, looking at this data, that the issue is that food is just expensive. What this table proves to me, that I always knew deep down, is that this is about choices. This is about choices. 8% of the expenditures for EBT households. This is just crazy. Just watching this is just crazy. 7% for EBT households goes towards vegetables, compared to 9% of non-EBT households going to vegetables. So choices, why are people in these lower income brackets making poor choices? So there has to be a knowledge gap or an ignorance gap or something. But again, what that proved to me was people are making bad choices. And so when people are making bad choices, I feel a little bit less empathetic. I feel a little bit empathetic. There's more work that needs to be done at bridging the education gap, the knowledge gap when it comes to nutrition. Why am I ranting about that? Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm happy you got value from it, and I know there's people that need food stamps, but again, I uncovered a lot of data that I think proves that the SNAP benefits, the whole system needs to be reworked. Because there's a lot of fraud, there's a lot of poor choices, and we're basically subsidizing our lowest income people to kill themselves with food. So anyway, let's keep reading comments. My toy. Don't spam here. Johnny got that dog in him. Johnny got that dog in him. He does. Average household doesn't even get $50 a week in SNAP. Lifesaver when you're laid off. Not everyone has savings or rich family. Again, listen. Subscribe to the channel, Liberal Christian, or join the Discord channel. I'm gonna edit that video tonight. Give me a couple days. I'll send you the video. It's eye-opening. Because the poor are making some poor decisions and choices. Okay? When there are other options they could be making with the money they're getting from EBT. Hey D-Dog, you're black, you're gay too. Oh, well, that's great. Welcome. Who invented Doge? Just saying. Oh, fuck. Um, this all boils down to divide and conquer. That part, DJ. And in the few weeks that SNAP was even threatened, my point that nobody has to starve in America in 2025 was proven even more true. Food banks and churches stepped up, local restaurants, of course. I'm surprised you aren't shadow banned like me. Oh, give it time. Give it time, so I'm sure that will happen eventually. Give it time. Give it time. Subscribe to, join my membership, $1.99 a month, $25 a year. Support creators that believe in freedom of speech and believe in the values that you hold true. Screw YouTube, embrace poverty. Hello, why are you a Jewish? Why am I a Jewish? What's a Jewish? He probably is Salad, and it's mostly bigger creators that are affected the worst. YouTube can't go after every person that has 30 or 40 or even. Yeah, I mean, I'm small. I'm a small potato. I'm a small potato, so they haven't gotten to me yet. They'll get to me though eventually. Though it is really funny when I really rant and go in on Israel with that October 7th bullshit. When I go into that shit, here I go again. I'm not even gonna bring it up. But what I will say is it's really funny that sometimes I talk about certain things and my stream is immediately demonetized. Immediately demonetized. Immediately demonetized. And the views don't be viewing. It's real strange. It's real strange. Hey Pittman, are you still abusing prescription drugs, Horace? Hope not. Oh my God, not you clocking him. Not DJ clocking him. See, listen, DJ's the mod who's gonna look up your history. Don't come in here talking no bullshit, especially if you're a regular, because DJ is going to look up your history of the shit you've been saying in this channel for months, and he's gonna bring it back up. Put down the prescriptions. Do you think taking away food stamps from Trump is a good? Yes and no. I think that everyone needs to reapply January 1st. I think we need to make it so much more stricter. I think we need to have a lot more regulations involved. I know me, a libertarian, saying we need to have more regulations, but listen, when it comes to government programs have to be regulated strictly, right? Because they have to, right? We're talking about you and I's tax dollars, so you shouldn't be just handling you and I's tax that are stolen. Don't get me started. Don't. But you can't just be handling our stolen tax dollars haphazardly, right? Produce is cheap as hell, but some of it rots in a few days and some of it lasts like 8 months. Well, you know, you're not wrong about that, Ben, and that's why I say that there needs to be a little bit more effort to bridge the education gap, you know. And I want to say something that I've always been a big fan of Michelle Obama. I know you conservative cunts hate her, which is ridiculous because I love Michelle Obama. But I was always a huge fan of Michelle Obama's Let's Move campaign. What she did was trying to get America. Listen, Michelle Obama was Maha before Maha even existed, at least in the physical part of it, about getting people to be more physically active. I think that was a really great initiative from Michelle Obama. As someone who's really big into health and fitness and nutrition, of course, I knew about that and I was impressed by it. But I was really, really impressed by her initiative to get people to move a little bit more, especially in our youth, because that's really, really important. Um, Too bad she's in bed with Big Pharma with her husband. Oh my God, don't get me started on that. Why are salted peanuts cheaper? They want us to eat a bunch of salt because they want us dead. Well, subsidizing. They subsidize horrible foods for you. Did you support Trump to troll people or just ignorant? Y'all crack me up. Pop and lock it. Hello, Cho. Good to see. Oh, hey, Anatoly. I had the best day at work today. Oh, that's awesome to hear, Paulina Pater. Good for you. Knowledge gap, ignorance, convenience, laziness, enjoyment, depression, apathy. All of the above, Leah. Yeah, all of the above. They're very, yes. It's exactly that. Exactly that. You shouldn't even be able to buy soda with Snap. The only reason they can is because they want us dead. I know that my libertarian side twitches a little bit. It twitches a little bit. But I agree. I don't think we should be subsidizing poor choices for food. SNAP, let me go back to what does SNAP mean? What does it stand for? What does SNAP stand for? I'm gonna read it verbatim. I'm gonna read it verbatim for you again. SNAP stands for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. I'll say it again. SNAP stands for Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. And so if they are trying to supplement Americans with nutrition, why are we allowing them to buy pop, which has zero nutrition? I don't understand that. I don't get that. Why are we subsidizing people who are in the lowest state that they can be in the clutches, in the claws of poverty? Why are we allowing them to kill themselves? It's giving eugenics. That's what it's giving, to be honest. That's what it's giving. So I think that there needs to be a lot of restrictions on who is getting SNAP benefits, what they're purchasing with SNAP benefits, how long they're able to be on SNAP benefits, how long they're able to work with SNAP benefits. Because 20 hours, what is it, 20 hours a month or 20 hours a week? That is crazy. That is just crazy. What else? What are you doing the other 20 hours? What are you doing the other 20 hours? It's just crazy to me. If you aren't in Discord, you're missing all the tea. That's right. Join the Discord, y'all, and be sure to like the live stream. Again, liking the stream, engaging with me across my YouTube channel, on my videos, on my shorts. It goes a very long way. It goes a very, very long way. And if you want to stay in contact with me 24 hours, join the Discord community. We're a riot in there. We're a riot. I'm missing the tea even though I have Discord. Trump can rot in hell. Oh, he'll get down there eventually. That's the difference between us and most establishment. We don't think these people should just suffer. We tend to believe the community should take care of its own. And they always will. They always do. Trump is so stupid and idiotic. Let's wait for more Epstein files. I'm with you there. I'm with you there on that one. He's probably in them, which I clocked a long time ago, but you know, whatever. I was listening podcast of Andre Tate. My view on relationships between men and women has changed. He's got a point. What are the points? Andrew Shitstain. Let's talk about that. What points do you have from Andrew Tate? Please indulge me. Because if you want to, listen, let me not, am I about to go on a rant, Andrew Tate rant? Why are you taking advice? First of all, okay, let me breathe. Okay. Okay, so first of all, I just ran a half marathon. That's 13.1 miles for those not counting at home. I ran a half marathon. Okay, I have experience in running a half marathon. Why would you, if you're seeking advice about how to run a half marathon, why would you seek advice not from me, someone that's done it, someone that's experienced in doing it, but instead you go to an obese person that's never ran a day in their life? That's just an example. Why would you take financial advice from someone who's broke? Why would you seek education from someone that's not educated? And I don't mean like having a degree. I mean in general, someone who seeks to educate themselves in one way or another. The point I want to make is Andrew Tate is single. He's not married. He's not with children. He's not some guy that you should be striving to become. He's lonely. He doesn't have a family. He's not a husband. He's a loser. So it's so funny to me that the right, that some conservatives have somehow attached themselves to the least conservative man on the fucking planet. We're talking about a man that has literally become rich off of sexually exploiting women. What? 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 And you want to emulate him and his advice? Again, if you're looking for relationship advice, seek it from people who have good relationships. The fuck? To me, I don't know. Am I crazy? Am I missing something? What does Andrew Tate have that I should want in a relationship? If I want to be treated good by a woman, what? Excuse me? Again, you're seeking advice from the wrong person. Look at their life. Not the shallow parts, but actually the things that you value, that you claim to value. You want to get in a good relationship. You want to have a wife and children. You want to have a healthy relationship with your daughters, with women in general. I think you're getting advice from the wrong person. Don't get me started on Andrew's shit stain. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? A loser like him? And he's into transgenders at that. Not that not that anything's wrong with that. I know y'all like to call me transphobic too. Not that anything's wrong with that, but he's gay as hell. He's a homo like me. The fuck? What? Come on. Stop. Stop. Talking about some Andrew Tate hat. But he has the point. Stop. That really threw me off. He thinks the do-rag is a yarmulke. Is that a Jewish thing? Like a do-rag? Is that what he thinks I'm a Jew? That's funny. Wait, do you like Trump? No, I don't like Trump, but I voted for him. Would vote for him again. But no, I don't like Trump. I never voted for him until this last election. That's all I do, like a machine, lurking. No, I'm just asking, do you love Trump? I don't love Trump. Do you like Trump? Okay, I need you to stop spamming before I delete you off the channel. Fuck. He doesn't like Trump, but he likes some of his policies. Yeah, I voted for him. I do love some of his policies. I love what's happening with immigration. I mean, that's really the big one. What else can I say about Trump that I love? Not that much these days, honestly. Oh, I loved some of the executive decisions, some of the executive orders when he first got into office. That was riveting. That was amazing. That was great. A lot of those executive orders was incredible. Um, really, really incredible. Um, but I love what's happening with immigration. Also watching 90 Day Fiance Happily Ever After, Tell All Part 1. Oh, the mess. You ain't gonna do anything about it. What are you talking about? Um, Cabbage lasts like 3 months. Mike or Michael? Girl, not you dragging. Not y'all dragging Michelle Obama. Y'all think she a man? Really? See, I think she's a woman. Y'all have not convinced me of that conspiracy yet. No, I'm definitely convinced. I'm definitely convinced about um, President Macron and his husband. I'm definitely convinced about that one. But Michelle Obama, I think is all woman. I really do. I really do. I haven't been convinced of that yet. Um, she did one good thing, Cho. Listen, and it's one thing I'm passionate about. I'm passionate about health and fitness, and I'm very passionate about that. So listen, I'm gonna always acknowledge people when they do something that I like, because that's just I think we need to do that. I think we need to encourage both Republicans and Democrats when they do good things and when they do bad things. And if you can't congratulate someone on something that they're doing good, then that speaks more about you than them, right? I think it's a great initiative. Now, yeah, the Obamas are, you know, probably one of the worst presidencies in American history. Yeah, sure. But a broken clock is right twice a day, Leah. Okay? A broken clock is right twice a day. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Um, you miss food stamps? Do I miss food stamps? What do you mean? I'm not on food stamps. Do you? You're always projecting. Maybe he's on food stamps. It's fine. Don't fight your conservative side, sir. Go dark, Joe. No one cares about brokies, especially government. Mandatory drug testing. I don't care. Be mad. I'm a recovered junkie. I said what the fuck I said. I agree. I agree. I agree. I was saved in the Biden era. All his nonsense freaked me out. I got dunked for Jesus by Geno Jennings Church. What do you think of Geno? I'm afraid to ask, but I don't know anything about Geno Gene. I don't. Who is he? M. Saunders. Hi, you guys. I'm not staying. I am on my dad's phone. I hope you're all good. Andrew Tate, a pimp, and always has been a digital pimp. Hey, wait, is that Mandy? Hi, Mandy. Thank you for the super chat. I really, really appreciate your benevolence. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. But yeah, he's a pimp. He's a pimp and an abuser, a sexual exploiter, treats underage girls terribly. Would you let your daughter work for Andrew Tate? Would you let your daughter work for Andrew Tate? Would you let your daughter spend the night with Andrew Tate? I think not. I think not. I see a fuck no from DJ. I know that's the fuck right, because you're a real man. You're a real man. If you want to get fucking relationship advice, go to fucking DJ. Okay? I just don't understand. It's all born from insecurity, right? We get these idols who are peddling lies, shallowness, vitriol, because it soothes you from your brokenness temporarily. It gives you crutches. It gives you an enemy. Andrew Tate has made women an enemy to men. And again, don't get your advice from people who have failed in the arena they're trying to teach you about. Talk to DJ. He's been married for 85 fucking years, okay? He's raising a daughter right now, okay? Get your advice from people who are actually successful for what you fucking want. It's, I don't understand the Andrew Tate love. I have never understood that. Bitch, if I want financial advice, I'm getting the financial advice not from someone on fucking food stamps. I'm getting advice from people who have proved that they have earned money. I'm not getting advice on how to run a marathon from someone who doesn't work out. The fuck? Why are you getting advice from Andrew Tate? He's not married. He doesn't have children. He doesn't have family. He didn't have this idealized lifestyle of like what most men want about taking care of people, taking care of a family, raising a village. Andrew Tate has none of that. He's a shallow, narcissistic pig. And I don't have to show, I don't have to prove that. He proves it himself. Listen to him talk to women. Listen to him talk to women. Okay. So who's Gino? Gino Jennings Church. Can I get a moderator to post in the Discord channel, the reminder channel? I know I have a lot of reminders that I have not gotten to. I'm so sorry. But I need to look up Gino Jennings Church. You got baptized. Congrats on getting baptized. It's awesome. I'm a Baptist. Sips his canned air to breathe. Here's my only thing, and you know I've already called him out for the files, but if Trump was in the files, all the Dems would have had to do is release them and ensure his demise. Just saying. I don't know. I think he's in them. I think he's in them. I think that the Democrats, I don't think the Democrats would sink Bill Clinton. I don't think that, I think we have to understand, and this is why I complain. Listen, okay, let's be serious for a second. I complain about the Epstein files a lot, but I know the truth, and I know that we're never going to see the Epstein files in its entirety, because it would be a cultural, worldwide reset. Truly, honestly, truly. It'd be a total reset. I believe 100% with my heart that billionaires, CEOs of your favorite companies, politicians, all your favorite politicians, they have all been to that island. They've all been to that island. And the horrors they have caused young girls. And I believe that if the real list were to ever be revealed, it's a total reset. Total reset. Total reset. We'd probably break out into war. Honestly, call me a conspiracy theorist, but your favorite politician is he's on the list. Your favorite CEO is on the list. They're all on the list. And that's why my argument against Julia, that's the reason why they would not release it. Because Trump, in the grand scheme of things, is still not as important as the machine that is the deep state. And I believe that the deep state is completely entrenched in all this pedophilia. I do. That's just, I do. Sorry. So I think he's in it. I do. And if not, I don't know what's worse. I really don't know what's worse. The fact that you was fucking on a young girl, or the fact that you're protecting an entire society that's been abusing young girls. Which is worse? Which is worse? Being on the list or protecting everyone that's on the list? I don't actually know which is worse. And to be honest with you, I really do think the latter is worse. Honestly. Because it shows that you're a coward. It shows that you're okay with evil and protecting evil. It shows that not only do you have a conscience, but that you're just so fucking selfish that you're okay with those young girls never receiving justice for what was done to them. So I don't know which is worse, Leah. If let's say you're right, he's not on the list. I think it's even worse because at least if he's on the list, I can understand the rationality. He's just I can get it, right? But no, I think it's terrible. I think it's terrible. They've released a few recently, by the way, all of which are supposedly connected to Trump. Go figure, but not any evidence of abuse at all. Just a few conversations. Lame. Andrew Tate is gross, rude, and obnoxious, and abusive, and disgusting, and a liar. You're from Brazil. Send you a hug, 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 hug. Oh my God, it's been 95 minutes. I gotta go soon, girl. I gotta go soon. Um, I'm sorry. I want to edit the video. No healthy woman would go anywhere near that guy. If you're looking for a man that exploits men, look no further than Trump himself. Conservatives won't take the drive for female domination. If they push, they will see men flip Muslim. Andrew Tate is the edge of that drive to stop the current drive for women. Trump has been trying to get rid of gay marriage. He won't last longer than he was. Oh my God. Trump has been trying to get rid of gay marriage. You won't last long in the U.S. Here we fucking go. Here we fucking go. Here we go. Look at Michael's face. Who's Michael? Free Palestine. Hugs and kisses. Your teeth says all I need to know about your intellectual decision. You deaf should not be voting if you can't even brush your teeth. I brushed my teeth twice today. Thank you very much. Jordan Peterson's daughter spent a night with Andrew Tate and it sent him into terminal spiritual sickness. Those tapeworms are on the same level as Island Boys. Oh, crazy. DJ, my wife is asleep, but I want to wake her up for sexy time. Is that okay? Yes. But if she says no, then listen to her. 85 years. Okay, sorry, I meant 60. Yes, DJ, real is great for advice. 100% I can testify to that. Charlie Kirk is a great relationship influence no matter what the conspiracies are surrounding their marriage. He seemed to genuinely adore her and spoke so highly of her. It was so sweet. Charlie Kirk was a homophobic, Islamophobic, racist person. Let's say it how it is. No BS. Deej got it. I won't even waste my time. First Church, salad, they're tricky one. No, it's absolutely not. Stop watching chopped up clips that are 5 seconds long. Not much of a thinker, are you? Leah, is it okay to wake up a spouse for adult fun? She has to work tomorrow. I just am feeling selfish. Like I said, wake her up. But if she says no, then no. You should have better timing. Tap it a little bit, get better timing. Oh my God, the Supreme Court refused to take the gay marriage case off. Get a grip, you idiot. I mean, I didn't even want to address that because we already talked about it earlier today. Listen, if Trump wanted to stop marrying us homos, he'd stop with Mar-a-Lago marriages first. He'd start there. He would start at Mar-a-Lago. If he wanted to get rid of gay marriage, he would start there and then work his way up to the Supreme Court. But the Supreme Court that he put in place has ruled to protect gay marriage. So it's not even worth my time. Thank you for the super chat, Mandy. I really, really appreciate your benevolence. Thank you so much for stopping by. Love, love, love you. Okay. There's a list out, and if you go to the website, you can see who went to the island. And when I tell you 85% of the people on that have voted Democrats, Obama went to the island. He's in it, Jimmy K. No shocker. No shocker. Jimmy Kimmel has been, someone did a cross-reference to the names to see who voted what, and 85% of people went to the island on Democrats. Salad, you gotta do a little wooing. Yeah, you do. She's sleeping. How can I work? Well, you first gotta wake her up. Poke her a little bit. Poke her a few times. Cuddle her. Poke her a few times. I don't know. Oh yeah, morning time always works. I think Trump did plenty of partying with women, but I don't think he's in the pedophiles. No doubt he slept around and there are embarrassing pics. I think he's protecting his business trade deals. He's evil, is what he is. but we already knew this. My sleep wooing course previews in December. Yeah, we need to have a course. Epstein was definitely Mossad. Maybe every spy just gets a giant birthday book when they turn 50. Clock it, Ben. Clock it. Clock it, Ben. That part. Listen, I've come around. I have come around to another conspiracy that Jeffrey Epstein may not even be dead. Have you seen the dead body? He might be in Israel. He might be in Israel right now, full on lying. That's where the pedos go. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. That's where they go. That's where they go for protection from the US. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's what word on the street is. I don't make up the news. I just report it. I gotta go soon, y'all. I'm so sorry. You think Trump cares about gay people's rights? No, I don't. I don't. I think he cares about money. What makes you think that? No, he doesn't care about gay people's rights, but he cares about money, and being for gay people marrying is good for his business. So you have terrible TDS. I mean, that's true. Wow, I caught another live. Oh, hey, long time no see. I feel like, oh my God, I feel like we're more like Instagram friends now, and we're not even friends on YouTube anymore. I love following you on Instagram. And those pictures you posted the other day of you, so handsome. So handsome. Very handsome. Extremely handsome. Very attractive. 8 out of 10. 8 out of 10. Y'all keep making excuses for Trump. When are you going to stop believing his lies and start believing the evidence that's coming out against him? Girl, I hope you get well soon. I hope you get well soon. No robe tonight. Well, because I gotta clean my robe. I gotta put it in the washer. Y'all, I know y'all like to say that I'm like, I wear the same dirty fucking robe every single fucking night that I stream. But no, I actually clean my robe. I do clean my robe. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Jeffrey Epstein works as a greeter at the Marquette, Michigan. Stop. You know, bitch, he said that Jeffrey Epstein's in retirement. You know how retired folk get a greeter job at Walmart? It's giving retired greeter at Walmart. That's what Jeffrey Epstein is. I gotta tweet that right now. That is funny. That was so funny. Fuck, that was funny. Oh my God. It's all over the internet, Leah. Wake up and open your eyes. Watch a CNN alone in the dark, angry and likely using illicit drugs and snacking off EBT bought snacks. Fuck Trump. He's evil. When has Trump ever said he cares about gay people's rights for his business? Y'all just making shit up now. Cunt, you stupid cunt. He marries them in his backyard. Trump marries homos in his backyard. He doesn't have to say it out loud. See, here's the problem with you. You want people to virtue signal. You want people to get a megaphone out and say, I support the gays. I support the trans. I support the Jews. I support the blacks. I support the the two spirit community. I support the Native Americans. I support women. Who else am I forgetting? They hate Asians, so they don't support the Asians. Um, who am I missing? Let's say immigrants. I support immigrants. I forgot that group. I support Ukraine. Yeah, I mean, yeah, girl, stop. Stop. Trump doesn't have to talk about how much he supports the gays because we see it in his actions. We see it in his actions. Stop. I gotta go, y'all. I'm so sorry. We're having a nice discussion. Oh, hey, David Howie. Yeah, Trump is definitely a sex trafficker, if not also a chomo. Nope, no shocker there. He's laying low. Stop laughing at me. Stop. Transracial. We love the trans. You forgot. Yeah, I forgot you. Okay, guys, we gotta go. I'm so sorry. Wait, Cho, who would you consider a 9 out of 10 or a 10? I don't know. You gotta send me some pictures. Send me some pictures. Let's play a game, Green Tea, in the Discord channel tonight. Send me some pictures of some people you think is a 10 out of 10. In the beauty, go to the beauty channel. Post it in the beauty channel. The beauty and fashion channel on Discord. We'll play a game tonight after I end the stream. Post some pictures of people that you think are 10s. Not anyone that we know, like in the Discord, because we don't want to be judging people in the Discord. But send me some pictures of 10s in your opinion, and I'll judge them. We'll see. We'll share. Um, oh my God. Nuts, you're crazy. Okay, Duke, say goodbye, Duke. Duke, come here. Why is he scowling at me like that? Why are you scowling at the girls? What is going on with you? Guys, we're gonna go because I need to edit that video with the EBT. It's like a 50-minute video. I'm gonna do some cutting editing. I'm gonna do a little bit of editing, but not too much. But it's a longer video. But it's the video where I showcase all that data about EBT stuff. And I think it's important to get that out in a condensed version so that people can be educated. Thank you, Nuts, for being here. Even though you're crazy, you have TDS. We do welcome your opinion. You are welcome here. You are welcome here. So please come back. Yeah, Ben needs a friend. My homeboy Ben, because I love Ben. My liberal bestie Ben. We love Ben, and he needs some allies, honey. We don't want this to be an echo chamber at all. We want all opinions here. We want liberal opinions. We want conservative opinions. We want libertarian. We want green opinions. We value everything. Even though I called you a cunt, it's fine. Did I call you a cunt? I don't know if I called you a cunt. I apologize if I called you a cunt. I take it back. I didn't mean that you were like really a cunt. Maybe you are a man. I don't know. But we do welcome you back. You can come argue your points. There's a, whatever. But yes, we love Ben here. We love Ben. I love Ben. Now you hope I get deported. Now see, Nuts, that's how I like you. You gotta read. You gotta read. You gotta make me laugh. Now that was funny. I like a good read though. I do like a good read. I have fun. I'm sorry. I look like a Mexican. Okay, well, that's different. I thought so. The running gag is that I actually look like I'm Asian. That's why they call me Kim Jong Cho. They call me Kim Jong Cho, but I look like an immigrant, like a Mexican immigrant. Okay, well let me hope I don't run into ICE no time soon. But that was funny. That was funny. Be more funny like that and less like psycho. Um, don't be psycho. Don't have the Trump derangement syndrome, like you're foaming at the mouth, right? We like to have fun here. We like to have fun. But okay, guys. Hey, Patrick, thanks for stopping by. I have to go. I have to go to bed. Did you shock Duke like Hassan Piker? Listen, I'm gonna say this. I'm going to say this. My dogs have shock collars. I shock my dogs when I'm training them. Yeah, I shock them. But I would never shock them to the point where they're screaming. The way that dog screamed is horrific. And the reason why he shocked her is even more horrific. Because what he did, wait, don't even get me started because what he did was so disgusting when you really unpack it. First of all, I have pit bulls. I have pit bulls. I have killing machines, okay? So, yes, I do. When I train them, there is some shock training, but really, we don't really use the shock collar. We're really just using some other training methods for them. But I don't see anything wrong with shock collars. Listen, I wear fur animals. I wear rabbit fur. I really don't give a fuck about your opinions about me being animal cruelty, whatever the fuck you want to say. Call PETA, bitch. Call PETA on me. I don't give a fuck. I don't see anything wrong with shock collars. What I do think is wrong is when you abuse shock collars. The reason he shocked her was because she was not sitting in the frame of his fucking camera because he's such a fucking sociopath that he needs to have a dog in the background to humanize him. So that's why he shocked her. And he had it at such a high voltage that she screamed. The dog screamed. It was so sad. I mean, I'll never get that image out of my head because I love my dogs. You guys know I love my dogs. I can never imagine my dog yelping like that. I like when, oh my God, like when Nina, when we cut her tail off, we had to cut her tail off. You remember when we had to cut her tail off? She had cancer in her tail. So we had to chop the tail off. And I'll never forget the day after her surgery. She cried. Like every time I would go into a different room without her and left her alone, she would cry. And I started crying. I started crying because I'm such a pussy. I'm such a fucking pussy. I started crying because my dog crying that she needs me. I was so broken up, y'all. Like, I slept with her on the couch because my partner, he doesn't let our dog sleep in the bed with us because he's normal, I guess. So I didn't sleep with him in bed. I brought Nina upstairs into our little, we have like a closet that has a couch in it. And we have a big house. But yes, we have a couch in our closet. And I slept in our closet with our dog, with Nina. And she felt better all night. And then he got mad at me. He's like, you can't be babying her. Don't be babying her. She's fine. Listen, if my dog is crying, she's not fucking fine. So anyway, um, long story short, yes, I saw the Hassan Piker thing. I think he's a piece of shit. He's a terrorist sympathizer. He abuses his dog. All that jazz. Um, Call ICE, girl. Call ICE. You can call ICE. Um, Call ICE on me. Sure, take me away. Fine. Okay. Y'all are all about identity politics. This is a gay black man, but oh wait, that's right. You only care about his voice when it fits your narrative. Clock that T. Anyway, y'all not gonna keep me here all night long because I got work to do. I've got work to do. Um, so thank you all. Thank you to Nuts, lady, ladies Nuts, lady, lady Nuts is in like trans nuts. Are you a trans girly? Are you a doll? Are you a doll? Are you passing? Is the better? Are you passing? Is the bigger question. Are you passing? Is the question I have. But let's not go there. Um, Shout out to Ladies Nuts. Shout out to her. We love having other opinions here, even if we argue, even if we disagree. Shout out to Salad Slaps. I hope you don't have blue balls. Just wait until the morning time to have your fun adult time with your wife. Shout out to Ben. Shout out to Leah. Shout out to DJ. Um, Shout out to every. How do you pronounce L-A-A? La, la, lay. How do you pronounce it? Nuts? I'm interested. Is it Lottie Nuts? Lottie Nuts, Lottie Nuts, Lottie Nuts? I'm just a dumb fuck. I'm a dumb black person, right? So of course, just like I don't have IDs. I'm too dumb to get an ID. I don't know how to read. How do you pronounce L-A-A? Is L-A-A a word? I'm interested. But genuinely, I'm happy you're here, ladies nuts. I really am. Well, too bad. I'm too bad. I vote. But I appreciate you being here. I always tell this story, but it wasn't until I got so many haters that I became monetized on YouTube. So I really do appreciate people like Ladies Nuts who come in here foaming at the mouth and being inflammatory. Um, I appreciate you because you're the reason why I get paid every month now on YouTube. So I really do appreciate the dialogue, the engagement, the hate, the love, especially the hate. The hate's what's got me here. Um, so yeah, um, I appreciate you and come back. Subscribe to the channel. You're never coming back? Well, okay, that's fine. But thank you for your contributions tonight. I'll brush my teeth. I will. Thank you so much. They are yellow. They are fucked up. I mean, that's true. You got me there. Um, but you're still mad. I mean, I'm not mad about anything. I'm good over here. Write it phonetically. I don't understand. Ladies. Yeah, can he not spell it phonetically? It's asking a lot. I really want to know how do you pronounce that? Should we ask the Discord channel how to pronounce ladies nuts? Let me ask Twitter. I need help. How would you pronounce this word? Oops. I'll post it in the Discord channel too, y'all. Okay, it's in the Discord. It's on Twitter. We're gonna find out. Um, oh no, y'all. He actually left. Fuck, we lost him. Sorry, Ben. I think we drove away your only friend. I'm sorry, Ben. I was I was I was hopeful that you would have a friend. But guys, I'm gonna go. I gotta go. It's 1 o'clock. Bye. I'll talk to y'all soon.